Okay, so we're going to start the medicine Buddha practice. So actually today is the full moon day. According to the lunar calendar, this is the first full moon in this year. And also the day of miracle, the Buddha's miracle day. In Tibetan tradition, after finish the New Year, then around 2-3, maybe around 1 or 2 weeks, they do special prayer called Melam Festival. And everywhere in the monasteries, all the monks and nuns gather and doing special prayer for many days. Because of the day, this is specifically related with the Buddha Shakyamuni. When his lifetime, these days, he has kind of to compete with non-Buddhist scholars to prove to your practice is valid. So there are many miracles, they have to challenge with the non-Buddhists. Front of the kings and all the audience. So through that Buddha victory, all of those challenge for many days did this. So through that, it's number of what you call practitioners or the followers to the Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching. So his power of his kind of the miracle. They have compete. So therefore this is the special day which we call the Day of Miracle. So it's good to do this kind of medicine Buddha practice and mainly meditate on bodhicitta, emptiness, right? Compassion and anything, so that accumulate merits, of course. Your merit will multiply, and when we do this practice in the special day, has more opportunity or better chance to achieve each of these realization. So therefore, today, this special day, we do this medicine Buddha practice, and we should, during this practice, we should think not only oneself, entire sentient beings, including, and specific in this moment, there are millions of beings who suffer by the physical and mental illness. And also, I got the text message from Manang. That Indian guy Manang, his father has kind of stroke. So we should also include him, dedicate to him to recover soon. And also, right now in the Middle East, there's war keep going there. So, of course, that many people, millions of people suffer because of those wars. So we should also include all of them. So, first, taking refuge and generating bodhicitta. So you should visualize first a refuge field in front of you. One of the simplest refuge field is in a beautiful lotus, sun and moon cushion upon there, Buddha Shakyamuni, size of the Buddha around 4 to 5 inches, golden color. Mainly when we think about the Buddha, means the Dharmakaya, right? It's manifest or show as a form of Buddha Shakyamuni. And you should visualize yourself as a leader and surrounded by all sentient beings in the form of human. At your right, should visualize your friends, the families, the people you feel close. In front of you, your enemies, which means the people you don't like them or you hate them. And the left, Visualize your friends and families who are passed away or who are sick, and rest of entire beings should visualize at your back or they surrounded you. Now first you should think all of them. Their fundamental desires are completely same as yours, which is wish to live happy, peace, healthy life, and nobody wants sufferings. But unfortunately, because of living under the influence of mental afflictions, destructive emotions like mind of self-grasping, attachment, anger, jealousy, arrogance, and so forth, they make wrong decisions. That's why they act wrong, mistake. Therefore, they accumulate countless of negative karmas, contaminated karmas. And the result of these karma is they are born into samsara, which means basic, their body, all the mental factors are contaminated. Living with contaminated aggregates, of course, the pleasure they experience will no longer pleasures, turning into the suffering or suffering of change. Then upon their suffering of sufferings, which are physical, suffering of birth, suffering of aging, sickness, death and dying. Upon their suffering of stress, depression, fear, worry, anxiety, all kind of physical, mental, emotional sufferings. Think about them. And specific, the people who suffer by physical and mental illness, people who right now experience the suffering of war, born into the war. There's so much physical and mental pains and sufferings. So think about all these suffering, and through that you should generate compassion, which means wish each and all of them be free from sufferings and the causes of sufferings. It's not just think, not just visualize, it's also feel from your heart. Wish entire beings be free from suffering and causes of sufferings. Then the next is called special compassion, meditation, which means not only wish them to be free from suffering, you should take sense of self-responsibility and determine yourself, I will going to help them to release their sufferings and the causes of suffering. Wish to save them, wish to help them. It's called special compassion. So meditate on special compassion to entire beings, including your enemies. In order to help them, in order to save them from the suffering and causes of suffering, today in your situation, and practically you cannot able to save others. Even yourself is still circled in samsara. So in order to save them, able to help them, first you need to achieve enlightenment, Buddhahood yourself. Then you can able to save others. Through that reason, you should generate strong desire or wish to achieve enlightenment, Buddhahood oneself. Main purpose of achieving enlightenment, Buddhahood, is benefit to all beings, help to entire beings. It's called bodhicitta, awakening mind. So meditate on bodhicitta. In order to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood oneself, first you need to purify all these obstacles which you have. They're called afflictive obscurations, which are your anger, attachments, greed, arrogance, jealousy, selfish, mind of self-grasping, and so forth. Cognitive obscurations, which are the imprints of all these destructive emotions, your negative karmas, and all your sufferings. And these are the obstacles which obstruct you to achieve Buddhahood, enlightenment. These are obstacles creates all the sufferings. So in order to overcome all of these obstacles, of course this is your responsibility. You have to clean them, you have to purify them. In order to do that, first you need to know how to do it. So you need excellent qualified teachers. That's called Buddha. So seeking Buddha as a teacher, and actually your savior is the Dharma, which means your wisdom, your compassion, your bodhicitta, your inner qualities. These are the Dharma and your cessations of all these obstacles. So when you achieve each of these Dharma, and Dharma is like a medicine, directly cure all your obstacles. So seeking Dharma as your actual savior, but in order to generate the Dharma, in order to experience each of these realizations, you need reliable friends, the Dharma friends called Sanghas, the Arya Bodhisattvas, who are living with Dharma, who lives with all this realization. They are like our inspiration, they are like our role model. They can support your practice. So through the Buddha Dharma Sangha, you can able to overcome all these obstacles. So first make sure you really feel concerned to all these obstacles you have right now, and believe to the three precious jewels can able to help. And not only yourself, entire other beings are also the victim of these obstacles, so you can feel compassion to them. Out of these causes, you should show your faith of convince to the three precious jewels, full rely on them, take full refuge to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And generate compassion to entire sentient beings, and specific in this moment, there are countless of beings who suffer by physical and mental illness. And generate bodhicitta, awakening mind, means wish to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood oneself for sake of all beings. Out of those intentions, we are going to recite taking refuge and generating bodhicitta prayer 3 times together. Page number 5. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Sangha. Through the virtues of giving and so forth that I do, may I achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Sangha. through the virtues of giving and so forth that I do, may I achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Sangha. Through the virtues of giving and so forth that I do, may I achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Now next is the four immeasurables, called immeasurable love, compassion, joyfulness, and equanimity. When we recite this prayer, make sure you should meditate. Meditate, which means like you have to feel it, right? When we say, may all sentient beings have happiness, you sincerely feel to entire beings, including the people you don't like them. In this moment, you wish them to be happy. You wish them to be free from suffering, right? So each of those four immeasurables. So we're going to recite the four immeasurable prayer one time together with meditate on four immeasurables. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the joy that is free from sorrow. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger, not holding some close and others distant. Now next is called cultivating special bodhicitta. It's first, make sure you really feel compassion to entire beings. Feel compassion, which means feel like a wish every beings be free from suffering. And then next, I will going to save them. I will going to help them. In order to do that, I need to achieve enlightenment, Buddhahood myself. Because of that reason, today I practice this healing Buddha, the medicine Buddha sadhana. So out of those kind of the intentions, we're going to recite the cultivating special bodhicitta prayer one time together. Especially for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will quickly, very quickly attain the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. For this reason, I will practice the yoga method of Guru Medicine Buddha. Okay, now first part of the practice we finished, which is called the preliminary practice, which means each of the practitioner make sure your intention is really pure, full of compassion to all beings. It's nothing to seeking oneself alone benefit, not selfish, no attachment. It's pure compassion, bodhicitta. So out of bodhicitta or compassion intention, in order to receive the blessing from healing Buddha, first you need to visualize, right, medicine Buddha above your crown. So real medicine Buddha, called the definitive medicine Buddha, is the healing energy of all the enlightened beings, right, the healing power. And it's manifest, or it's what you call the, put it into the form as the medicine Buddha, right? The picture you have in your text. So maybe size of the Buddha is around 3 inches, and his body is kind of the dark blue color, called the color of lapis lazuli stone, and his body is kind of the rainbow body. It's not like solid meat body, rainbow body. So mainly the healing energy of all the enlightened beings, so form of medicine Buddha. So we're going to recite the visualization prayer, and during that time you should try to visualize medicine Buddha above your crown. So page number 6. About 4 inches above the crown of my head is a lotus flower. In the center of the lotus is a white moon disk, And seated on a mount is my root guru, the Dharmakaya, essence of all the Buddhas in the form of the medicine Buddha. He is blue in color and his body radiates blue light. His right hand, in the mudra of granting sublime realizations, rests on his right knee and holds a stem of the Arura plant between thumb and first finger. His left hand is in the mudra of concentration and holds a lapis lazuli ball filled with nectar. He is seated in the full Vajra position and is wearing the 3 red color robes of a monk. He has all the signs and qualities of a Buddha. So now you should visualize him above your crown. Now the next is called the 7-limb prayer. Actually, it's called 7-limb practices. So there are 7 different practices. When we recite this prayer slowly, you should meditate on each of those 7-limb practices. First, prostration. Second is offering. Third is the confession, all your misdeeds, negative karmas. Then fourth, rejoicing. Then next, requesting. And then next is special request called entreating or supplicating. And the last one is dedication. So going to recite that prayer with meditate on 7-limb practices. I prostrate to Guru Medicine Buddha each and every offering, including those actually performed and those mentally transformed, I present to you. I confess all non-virtuous actions accumulated since beginning last time. I rejoice in the virtues of both ordinary and noble beings. As our guide, I request you, O Buddha, please abide well and turn the wheel of Dharma until samsara ends. All virtues, both my own and those of others, I dedicate to the ripening of the true bodhicittas and the attainment of Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. So these 7-limb practice, the purpose of these practices actually to cleansing your obstacles and accumulate merits. So then the next is the receiving blessing, healing blessing from healing Buddha. So first we're going to request to the medicine Buddha. So during this requesting prayer, it is very, very important not only think about yourself, right? We have to think entire beings have problems, either physical, either mental problems, sufferings. So we should include all of them. Specific entering this time, there are countless of beings who suffer by physical and mental illness. So you should including them. Then specific, during this time, there is a war. So there are millions of people, right, suffer because of those war. So include all of those people. Then yourself, any your health issues, or you have mental issues, or any obstacle, so you can also include that, and your friends, the family who are passed away or who are sick. So on behalf of all of them, then you request to the medicine Buddha to bless us to purify all these obstacles and bless us to remain physical, mental, both very healthy. Mental healthy, what that means? Mental healthy, which means their mind can remain full of love, compassion, right? Remain without anger, attachments, greed, arrogance, without destructive emotion. That's called healthy mind. So we're going to, when we recite this requesting prayer, you should request to medicine Buddha, and also if you have individual specific you have requesting, you can also add it. So we're going to recite the requesting prayer, page number 9. the fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully complete Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena. Guru Medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Light, to you I prostrate, go for refuge and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. Now you should visualize he accepts your request. Now next one is receiving healing. So what you need to visualize is Medicine Buddha, exactly the same, the picture in your text. So his left hand, he holds the backing ball, right? Inside the backing ball, you visualize like a moon cushion, moon disc. Center of the moon cushion, syllable Om. Then surrounded by the Medicine Buddha's mantra, form of blue light. So if you have difficult to visualize the mantra, then you just visualize like a light, right? Mala kind of light around there, blue light. So above the Medicine Buddha, you visualize all the enlightened beings, which we call Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So their blessings, their realizations, right? Their merits. So their healing energies and so forth are form of light and nectars dissolves into the mantra garland inside the backing ball. So from that mantra garland emanates more nectars, which are the mainly, it's kind of the healing energy form of nectars. When these nectars coming out from the ball, backing ball, it's enter to your crown, go into your body. So when these nectars go into your body, you visualize they purify all the physical disease you have, all the toxins, all the negative energies, all the defilements, also the mental disease like stress, depression, anxiety, fear, worry, anything, and the causes of those suffering, which are your mental afflictions, your negative karmas, are completely purified. So during the recitation of the mantra, you just take a nectars, dissolves into you, and it's purifying all of them. Specific, if you have certain area of your body have some issues, you send it more nectars on there and chase it out all these defilements. For instance, if you have some kind of mental issue, stress, too much stress or worry, so then these nectars dissolves into your heart, which means middle of your body, your mind. When these dissolves into your mind, you visualizing is purifying all these mental pains and suffering you have. So that's during the recitation, the mantra you need to visualize. So first we are going to recite the visualization prayer. Granting my request from the heart and holy body of King of Medicine, Guru Medicine Buddha, infinite rays of white light pour down, completely filling my body from head to toe. They purify all my diseases and afflictions, as well as my negative karma and mental obscurations. In the nature of light, my body becomes as clean and clear as crystal. The light rays pour down twice more, each time filling my body with blissful, clean, clear light, which I absorb. So now the next we recite the mantra, which is page number 13. There are two different mantras. One is the short, one is long mantra. So first we're going to recite the long mantra. So long mantra has two different pronunciations. So we recite the second one called common pronunciation 3 times, long mantra. Then after we repeat again and again the short mantra, also the common pronunciation. So during the recitation of the mantra, make sure you really meditate, and dissolves into you and purifying all your defilements. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bindu Ya Barbaraja Ya Tata Gata Arahati Samyak Sambuddha Ya Deyata Om Bekanze Bekan Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samukati So Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bindu Ya Barbaraja Tata Gata Ya Arahati Samyak Sambuddha Deyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekan Raja Samogati Soha Om Namo Bhagava Bekanze Guru Binduya Barbara Jaya Tata Gata Arahati Samyak Sambuddhaya Deyata Om Bekanze Bekan Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samogati Soha Deyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samogati Soha Deyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Ma Deyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Ma Deyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samokati Soha. Now we are going back to page number 10. So the next one is healing to others. So here, our meditation is during the recita mantra, is the love and compassion to all beings. So you should really sincerely feel to every beings, right? Including the people you don't like them. So you wish them to be free from suffering. Not just think, not just visualize. From your heart, you really feel, I really wish every beings be free from suffering. That's called compassion. I wish every beings to have happiness. That's called the love. So during the recitation, the mantra, you have to feel love and compassion to entire beings. Then recite the mantra. So then what you need to visualize is, you visualize the medicine Buddha above your crown. In his heart, visualize the lotus. Upon the lotus, moon cushion, like a moon disk. Center of the moon cushion, syllable Om, surrounded by the medicine Buddha mantras, form of blue light. It's called mantra garlands. So from that light, from that mantra, emanates lights and the nectars through the 10 directions, like a golden color of the light. So it's a reflect to entire beings. When this light reflects to others, you visualize they purify all the physical, mental, emotional sufferings and the causes of sufferings. Then also bless them to remain physical, mental, both very healthy and peace. Right? That's you need to visualize and recite the mantra. And specific your friends, the families who are sick, you just out of love and compassion, you send light to them to heal them, bless them. Then most important part is in this moment, there are millions of people who suffer by physical and mental illness. There are millions of people who suffer because of these wars, right? Even physically not that much, but mentally so much fear, so much worries. Imagine yourself if you're living in this war zone, how much you feel. Exactly the same, there are countless of the people, very young people, very older people. So what we can do right now, right? We just meditate love and compassion to them and send the lights and nectars to visualize them to heal from all the pains and sufferings they have. So either you can able to recite the mantra or not, that's not big deal. But the most important part is make sure you really, really feel love and compassion to all beings. So meditate love and compassion to all. So we're going to recite first visualization prayer, which is page number 10. At the heart of the medicine Buddha above my crown appears a lotus and moon disk. Standing at the center of the moon disk is the blue syllable Om, surrounded by the syllables of the mantra. As I recite the mantra, rays of light radiate out in all directions from the syllable at his heart. The light rays pervade the sentient beings of all 6 realms through his great love, wishing them to have happiness, and through his great compassion, wishing them to be free from all sufferings. The sentient beings are purified of all their diseases and afflictions, as well as their negative karma and mental obscurations. Page number 13, go back same like a long mantra 3 times and short mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanse Guru Binduya Prabharaja Tathāgataya arahate samyak sambuddhaya Deyata om bekanze bekanze ma bekanze bek Rajasamo kate soha om namo bhagava Bekanze guru binduya parava rajaya tathagata Arahate samyak sambuddhaya Deyata om bekanze bekanze ma bekanze bekanze raja samogate so om namo bhagavate bekanze guru binduya parparaja tathāgataya arahate samyak sambuddhaya deyata om bekanze bekanze ma bekanze bekanze raja samogate soha deyata om bekanze bekanze ma bekanze bekanze raja samogate soha Deyata om bekanze bekanze ma bekanze bekanze raja samogate soha. Now next is the absorption prayer. So finally medicine Buddha above your crown, it melts into the blue light. And then it dissolves into your heart, which means your mind. So when the medicine Buddha dissolves into your mind, you realize he blessed your mind. So page number 14. The Guru Medicine Buddha melts into light and absorbs into my heart. My mind becomes completely one with the Dharmakaya, the essence of all Buddhas. Now the dedication. Due to these merits, may we soon attain the state of medicine Buddha, so that we may lead all sentient beings to that awakening state. May the sublime and precious bodhicitta, not yet born, be born, but increase forevermore. Okay, so we finished the medicine Buddha, so we have a few minutes break, so then 7 o'clock is actual teaching. Thank you.